Hey everybody, and it's Dem Game Boys. I am your pseudo-host for the day, Max, and we are here with...
An idiot.
His name is Gil. And...
Eli.
Awesome.
And Kien, because...
Nobody cares about
To
you.
eat this fucking cookie
I'm only here for
starts.
certain ones, but
Yep.
Max can explain it's going to be a four-person platform conversation. He's joining.
Yep. Alright, so we're going to start off with our trailers, and the first one that we got to watch was Call of Duty's World War II.
I love Battlefield 1 Electric Boogaloo.
It's Call of Duty again.
More importantly, it's World War II again.
Yeah, exactly. They made this game
They're
already.
like, you know when we got popular? Well, let's go back and do that so we can be popular again.
But
Right.
think about it this way. It also gave them a good excuse to bring back Nazi zombies.
I see, and
Yeah.
I will be honest with you, I
Jump
am
on that
not
Wolfenstein
against...
train.
Right.
Wolfenstein has no Nazi zombies anymore. We'll get
No,
to
but
that.
it has Nazis.
I know.
It has
We'll-
Nazis that
we will-
might be zombies.
We will get to what...
There might be a Mecha Hitler in that kind
We
of
will get to my gripes of Wolfenstein 2. But, this is a, Keen don't play video games that much, but I do like to play, like, Call of Duty with my friends, because, like, if I'm shit, at least I know
You
everyone... Yeah.
You are just
Never
the
even
worst
played
kind of
with you.
person.
I don't need to know your shit.
Max knows there's certain games I can play, like solo games, I can do perfectly fine at, but if it's multiplayer games, I'm shit, so...
That's another
Kian
thing.
is one of those guys that plays through solo play games on like easy or the next difficult up, and that's about all the farther he goes into
I
it.
can play games on hard, you fuck yourself.
Like,
Well, you
what?
can,
Yeah.
but can you
Give
beat
us an
them?
example here.
Alright, I beat X-Men Destiny on the hardest level ever, but that game was
I
shit.
don't even
Good
give a
job.
fuck. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like I
no.
said.
Alright, so, and then we looked at Injustice 2's Raiden and Black Lightning new costume releases.
Yeah, well, so Raiden is the downloadable character.
Yeah, Raiden and then Black Lightning's getting a new costume.
Well, Black Lightning is a skin.
Oh, it's Raiden's skin?
Yes.
Oh.
No, the interesting thing about it, do you know how, like, most skins will redo do you know how Raiden's finisher is that?
Yeah.
Black Lightning's is almost the same, but instead of the dragon, it shows the Black Lightning fist and then his fist coming down instead of the dragon.
Okay, so it's exactly the same thing except for his finisher.
But that's the thing that's interesting, because most DLC packs wouldn't do that.
Yeah, they don't change anything. Well,
Yeah, I don't much care for that.
I don't like that. That seems like a very big money grab.
yeah.
Right.
If you're
guess.
if you're gonna say it's a new character, make it a new character.
But it comes
Otherwise-
with it comes with the 4-pack. So technically speaking, they're like, you get 5 characters instead of 4, because Black Lightning has his own dialogue with certain people. So that takes a
Yeah.
lot of time in for the developers to do that shit. But it's regular price, just like the other first
The other people.
Right.
Alright. Well, like, I'm not... As somebody who doesn't play a lot of Mortal Kombat, Injustice, fighting style games...
Kian does.
Kian does. I don't mind
Scrub.
it. Like, I don't know. It's not something that piqued my interest other than I enjoy Raiden, and when I do play Mortal Kombat, that's who I play as.
Oh, you piece of shit.
Also, he has a
I
stupid
also can't
mask.
teleport with him very well.
Okay,
so,
good,
like,
because if
I'm
you're
not,
that... I was
I'm
like,
not
oh, you
that
are
fucking
that
ass.
piece of shit.
I play Scorpion for that very reason.
Fuck you.
Scorpion's teleport is a lot easier to fucking master.
Because
Alright.
it's just backspace punch, and then you're like, oh, look at me.
Wait, look at me, I'm right behind you. Alright, so we're now looking at, like, Dead by Daylight's Leatherface DLC. So, there's a new hunter in Dead by Daylight. It's Leatherface. I think I'm the only one who has played this game.
I did.
Kian did as well.
I played the beta.
Okay.
But, have you two ever played
No,
it?
I've never. What is it?
So, do you know how the Friday the 13th game works?
You got
No.
4 survivors running away from a killer. The killer is player controlled,
Yep.
and their objective is to kill the 4 players trying to escape said killer.
Okay.
Yeah, that's...
But this game was a lot better.
There's
like,
a lot more to this game. Players can, instead of just being killed outright, they're like hung up and like you can save them, they can be trapped. There's multiple ways of escaping.
See, and that's where I said, like, it is and it isn't. Where I think, like, this game is much more polished than Friday the 13th, but I think Friday the 13th gives you a little bit more, because you have different ways of escaping in Friday the 13th.
There's a couple
And
ways.
you have more players in Friday the 13th, but I think that that is its
might
problem.
hinder it.
Right, because the
Yeah,
servers
on
are
scale.
Friday the 13th game. The servers were shit.
They still are shit.
And that's why I didn't pick it up, because like I knew my internet's already shoddy as it is, and the servers are shit anyway, so it makes
Yeah.
it even 10 times more shit.
Right. But, like, as somebody who didn't like playing the monster anyways, Leatherface doesn't really look like all that interesting of...
You didn't like playing with the monsters?
No, my favorite part was trying to coordinate people and get their shit together, because it's usually one intelligent person running around with 3 idiots.
I fucking love playing the monster because you get...
There's
like,
some crazy shit you can do in Dead by Daylight
this
as
is
a
my
monster.
Yeah, right. Well, this is my problem with Dead by Daylight doing this. I like their original creations more than I like this. Hey, we've got a DLC of Leatherface. Look at me, chainsaw. It's like
Right.
now you are jumping on the Friday the 13th train. If you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Like,
they came up with a lot of original creatures, or original-esque. They were based on things.
Right, like there was a banshee, and then there was like a fucking scarecrow-like creature, and like that was the interesting part. My thing, I think I would have been a little bit more okay with it if they did like a video game horror character, because
Yeah.
it makes a lot. It's like meta, and it makes a lot more sense. But with this,
think about a very well-known horror video game character.
That's what I was trying to think of. Is I was like, I can't think of really one.
the
Yeah,
giant
it isn't a
retarded
zombie.
monster from Outlast.
Yeah, there could have been a...
We added giant retard monster.
I think that would have made a lot more sense than this fucking dude.
Right.
Everyone, like, all the other monsters you have on there are like spoopy spiritual monsters. This dude is like, I eat people and I chainsaw them and I have a hammer.
Yep, pretty much.
I'm Eli's extended family.
That's not very nice.
That is very mean.
Alright, so we're all in agreement that Leatherface is kind of a meh thing. Like,
Right.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, it could be good. I
I don't know.
might boot it up again, but like, I don't know. You can only like, I don't know about you guys because you guys do play an extensive amount of video games comparatively to me. But if like these kind of games, I get really fucking bored with them. Like if I like they have that upgrade system, but like you have to do certain things at a certain process. I'm like, man, I can't do this with fucking trophies. I can't do this shit with this. So
Yeah.
no.
I just play a game to enjoy it, not to do achievements and
Right.
figure out how to the best way to get from X level to Y level.
That's
Unless it's a
understandable.
game where you have to grind.
I'm assuming
Then
you
it's
don't
just
like
not
Dark
grind.
Souls as much then.
Not as
That-
much as John and I do, at least.
That's just a good game.
Dark Souls is trash. and
Thank
trash
you.
for life.
High five. Yeah.
You a fist bump.
Yeah.
Alright, so next we're looking at Heroes of the Storm. We're getting Anna released as a new character and a Overwatch map to play on.
So
Eli, why are you mad? Please tell
Because
us.
the Overwatch map that's in the game sucks ass.
It does.
It is just the worst.
It is probably one of the worst maps they could have picked.
Yeah, they make you push. It's Hanamura, and they make you push a payload. And in a MOBA setting, it's just fucking terrible.
Yep.
But I don't think they're gonna do those kind of things. I think it's
They
just
No, every map has its own like gimmick.
Scheme.
Yeah.
The one in this
God.
one is going to be the giant robot they showed.
Yep.
Somehow you're going to get it on your side,
Yeah,
and
you're
then it's
either.
going to fucking wreck the enemy team.
Yeah,
That's-
pretty much.
like League
Which
of.
is something they've done a lot, so it really won't.
I like MOBAs, but I don't play them with you guys because like either I might be. Fuck you. When I was in high school when League of Legends came out, I spent a ridiculous amount of money on skins and characters. Like,
Okay, now skins I get, but you spent money on characters, you're retarded.
Yeah, you're kind of dumb for that.
because they fucking randomized. Like, if there was a character I was good at, yeah, I'm gonna fucking buy the character.
You just
Buy
buy
it with the IP.
Yeah, you buy them with the in-game money.
Yeah.
Okay,
You can earn characters.
right. No, I earned, like, most of the characters I didn't buy, but there were a few that I bought.
Okay.
But, like, I did spend, like, I looked how much money I spent because I was, like, looking back. Because you and I had this conversation because we're like, I think I spent a lot of money on League of Legends. Max is like, how much? Max is like, I spent, like, 50. I'm like, I spent, like, 200
I probably
in the
spent,
span of 3 years.
I probably spent upwards of 100.
Jesus. All right.
There's some really cool skins.
There was really cool skins, and like some of the skins did give you cool shit. So
The people that I play as don't get cool skins though.
And like that's how it was for me for a long time. And then it would be like they'd release a cool skin. It's like I gotta get that shit. It doesn't suck ass.
right, and like with this, Heroes of the Storm, I didn't spend a lot of money. I've spent about like $20 when I play it, but that's because again, this has always been my problem with these kind of games that are like quote unquote esports is that it's buy to win. You can't tell me some of them aren't buy to win.
The ones I play,
MOBA,
no.
All right,
The whole premise of a MOBA is everybody starts off on a level playing field.
right.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I do spend an egregious amount of money on MOBAs, and it's like I'm really like when Dota came out, I don't even want to think how much money I spent on Dota because I'm a crazy person.
A little bit. All right. So Kien is also going to take the helm on this piece of shit, Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon.
Actually, that's Gil.
Wait, why me?
Because you're a Pokemon player. You're a bigger Pokemon player than I am. Because I dropped off Sun and Moon. Like I got that for Christmas, and I couldn't finish the tutorial without throwing my fucking DS because it was so long.
The tutorial is a fourth of the game.
It is so fucking boring. I did not like.
But do you know how to play?
Yes.
But
Did it
do
jump?
you?
It
I-
asks you for like an hour if you know what the fuck you're doing.
Right, and that dude, I am sorry. Like I know, like, but that's the thing. Like X and Y brought me back to Pokemon because of the way you can breed your Pokemon to get them stronger. Apparently, shut the fuck up. Were you laughing at me or did the phone fall on you?
I was blowing a fly off of me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
Lol.
love you, but like for me, and like I know Brady and John play it a lot because you know they're fucking weird, super weirdos with this shit, and I'm not.
Shut up, Jay.
But like,
Love you.
but like, I'm not a child, so I'm not interested.
You don't
in,
need the hand holding. We all get
Not
it.
even the hand holding. I'm not fucking interested in the look at this new surf game, bro. Look at this, like you can take pictures and shit, bro. Like I'm like,
Right, this new shit they showed you just seemed like a lot of miniature gimmicks.
right, and I'm not fucking 10.
To be fair, they've got to be running out of stuff to put in those games.
Oh no! Did you know that the last Pokemon had ice cream as a Pokemon? They're not done.
There's also like fucking keys on a key
In a
ring.
chandelier, like they're
Garbage.
Like
Literal
they're
garbage.
running out of
Garbage.
objects to be
No,
posted.
they're-
Chandelier?
yeah, chandelier is a
Are they
fucking
gonna swing from it?
no. It's a fucking Pokemon fighter and fucking Pokemon Pokken tournament.
Are they gonna swing from the chandelier?
Yes, they will. Saya style. No, but that's the thing. I know John.
Fuck off.
I know John is gonna like write me something like, "You're just like shitting on Pokemon, dude. Come on."
He's not gonna write to you. He'll just tell you up front.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, "You're a dick, dude."
Tell you to your face.
Right, like, but that's the thing. Like, I liked the original Pokemon. Like when John's like, "Are you gonna get Pokemon Gold and Silver on your fucking 3DS?" I'm like, "Fuck no! I've played those games. I don't want to play them again."
The only way I would buy a new Pokemon game is if they came out with a PC version where you literally
Dude, that's never gonna happen until
where
Nintendo's.
all the regions are available and you can like buy to go to different
No,
regions and shit.
no, that has never happened.
I know. That's all I want though. Cuz I don't like
That would be
these
pretty cool.
I don't
Well-
like these new fucking regions where you're region locked, where you're region Pokemon locked, and they're adding new fucking like surfing gimmicks and shit like this. There's not even fucking gyms anymore.
Yeah, there's
Really?
just there's trials.
There's trials now.
and then Kahunas. They're basically
Also
the new
gay.
gym. Fuck you, Polynesian.
They're trying. To be
Yay.
fair, they're trying something new.
they're
Right.
trying something new, and that's fine. But like, I liked the premise of the original game.
They
This
are
is Nintendo.
probably gonna
They
go
don't
back
do
to it.
new stuff.
My biggest
shit outta here.
complaint is that Houndoom is in Pokemon Sun and not in Pokemon Moon, because you would think a dark fire type would be in Pokemon Moon and not Sun.
But it's a fire type.
You know what I mean? But he's essentially his first
You'd
thing
think
is
he'd be nocturnal.
he's a Noct, you know.
You would think.
He's a Hellhound.
Right.
And then Electromite or whatever is the fucking
New.
Moon.
the Moon one. I'm like, you fucking get that like you know.
Yeah.
But he's blue.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I see, and like I don't want to shit on Pokemon because as much as replay value for X and Y was, I really enjoyed X and Y as a game. I thought it was way funner than this. I even thought Alpha Ruby and Omega Sapphire were fun. I love those games. Their excess gameplay for the Delta chapter on both of them, fucking awesome. Except I could never catch Deoxys and he kept dying, and he just knows whatever because he used my Raster Ball on a certain Pokemon, not Rayquaza, because I just was sick and tired of fucking dying. So, you know.
Lol. You are trash.
I will admit I'm trash.
You are trash.
I never use the legendaries though, but you have to actually have Rayquaza to fucking beat a story. I'm like, God damn it, really? Because like when Kyogre and Groudon came, I'm like, I'm just fucking killing you. I don't give a fuck. Rayquaza has to be, you have to own him for part of the story. I'm like, all right, fine. Boom. Caught you. Right. See, I'm dealing with this shit. But that's the thing. Have you beaten Sun and Moon?
I have not.
Okay, does Brady know if there's a lot of replay value in Sun and Moon afterwards, or is there not?
Everybody says that there's not.
See, and that's another problem that these new Pokemon games have. Because Black and White 2 and Black and White had really fun replay values because you had to fight the fucking 7 stages of Team Galactic. And I'm like, this is a fun thing to do. It gets me into it. The newer games, unfortunately, don't have enough replay value where I'm just like, I want to buy this. Like, I don't like to do, like, I know Brady's channel has been devoted to shiny hunting and things like that, which is cool. Before I say this,
you ain't about that life.
I am not about that life. I'm not about, like, oh my gosh, guys, look at this. A shiny shoulda woulda. I'm like, cool. It glimmers. Fun.
Yeah.
I don't have, like, if I'm playing... Are you raising your hand or are you...
No, he's being dumb. He's
Okay.
kind of drunk.
If I'm having, like... If I'm having fun with a game, it's because I like to see two monsters fight.
Yeah.
And that's essentially the reason why I liked Pokemon. It's the reason why I liked... That's the reason, like, my favorite Pokemon game, even though it's, like... It's only gotten one remake, was Pokemon Red and Blue. Because I thought those games were fun. Those games were, to me, legitimately fun because I could do other things. This game just, like, the newer Pokemon games...
But could you surf?
Yes!
Yeah, man, it was
Oh!
move.
You surf as the minigame? No, that's fucking stupid. Like, the only time I like surfing is when I'm high and I'm watching Surf's Up. If you want my honest opinion on what I think of surfing, Surf's Up while I'm super high. Definitely. I don't want to have to be, like, touching buttons where I'm like, ooh, look at me do a backflip on a manta ray. Oh, yeah. It's fucking ridiculous, Gil. Do you like the surf minigame, Gil?
The child in me is like, yes, I wanted
Oh,
this
you
all
piece of
my
shit.
life.
What?
The adult in me is like,
The child in
that's
me-
gimmicky, but
The child in me is like, yeah, there's not
Do you
enough
know what-
GTA in this surf minigame.
Do you know what Pokemon should do? Is when you use surf, you see the fucking sprite of the Pokemon instead of a Lapras or a fucking puddle that you're sitting on.
Now,
Okay?
man, the puddle's where it's at.
No!
Lapras, my dog. Why are you hating on him?
Do you remember the old games, though? It was Lapras, even though you're
No
like...
matter what you
Yeah, it
do,
was Lapras.
You could ride on a frickin' Squirtle. Lapras.
Yeah, it was Lapras. So, like, that's what they should work on. If you want me back, be like, hey, when you use surf, you get to actually see the sprite of the Pokemon. I'm like, alright, that's very understandable.
It works if you use Lapras.
Someone's like, but what if you use Fly on a Pidgeot? You can't ride that. I'm like, you can't use Fly on Scyther, so fuck you.
Good point.
Yeah.
Alright,
True.
so our next one, Kian is also probably going to talk for 10 minutes. Monster Hunter Worlds.
I mean, I was actually even interested in this.
I am very interested in this movie, in this show. It looked like a movie from what we watched.
Wow.
It looked like a movie.
Penis.
I'm the movie fucking TV guy. I'm only here just to fill a spot, okay?
You don't even have to be here. It's technically just supposed to be
I
three
know
people.
4 now, but...
Now that you're here.
Well, fuck, well, you're here now too, but...
I love
Alright.
when dictator changed the
Yeah, I
format.
know.
Right?
Yeah.
Fuck you on that.
All right. So, Monster
I-
Hunter World.
I actually really enjoy. Like I love. Like I said, I had the bootleg Japanese version on my PlayStation. I couldn't read it, but I had fun playing it, just slashing the shit
That's
out
how
of
you
monsters.
tell it's a fun game. You can't even understand.
I
what the
can't
fuck's
understand
going on.
Japanese. Like, but
I don't know what's going on,
Educate
but it's a lot of fun.
yourself.
it is, and this story makes it even more interesting because I've always liked the monsters in Monster Hunter World.
The story makes it more interesting, but you can't understand it.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. But you know, you know what I mean. This is what Pokemon should be doing. Like their monsters still look fresh.
Hunting the monsters.
No,
Go give him a sword.
no.
Go,
I hunt
little
Pokemon.
Timmy,
I
you
hunt
10-year-old
Pokemon.
bastard.
You know
Give
what I
me
have.
rifles, send me
Fuck
up
all
there.
of you. Y'all know what I mean though.
It's just like
That-
killing a regular animal for the most part.
See that squirrel? That's like a Pikachu in my world.
See that Rattata?
It's
It's
got
like
a
a
mustache.
regular rat.
But it says Tatata. But no, the monsters are always fresh in this. Even though they kind of look similar, they have different special abilities and things like that. And that's why I like Monster Hunter. Is because, like, you can have Weaverins, and every time they have, like...
You uncultured fuck.
What the fuck ever, man?
Language. Use it properly.
We're not gonna get monetized for this on YouTube. But no, like... But you... I don't know if you feel the same way, and but this is just for me because Monster Hunter has been a game that I've always played. That's the reason why I got my 3DS is because Monster Hunter's 3D came out. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm gonna have to buy 3DS now.
Right.
See, I'm sort of on the other side, though. I've never played Monster Hunter. Still looks interesting. Like, if I could play with people, I'd play it.
Right, and it is. It's essentially like that. And the essential fun to this game though is that, like, I love the crafting. I like any game that involves crafting.
Yep.
And you have to, like, get certain things.
Let me make a sword that's bigger than, like, half something giant worm's body.
Let me take the jaw of a Tyrannosaurus Rex and make it into a bastard sword, the size of my body.
That's
But
where
it
it's
looks
at.
like the thing that gets me is that, like, every character in this game either had, like, because there was 4 initial classes.
Yep.
There was dual wielders. There was pikemen, who had a lance and a shield. There were bastard swords users, which was the heavy swords, and then there were gun users. It looks like a lot of the people are using guns and heavy swords, which kind of makes me sad as a person who has always used dual wield character.
Those were the big draws to it, though.
Yeah.
We're like, we may be fighting monsters and making shit out of monster parts and getting big ass swords and shit because that looks cool, but we can still use guns. Was kind of their whole thing.
Because nothing works better than bullets.
My one fear for this game is to get top tier shit. We're gonna have to end up doing fucking raids with like 10 people or 20 people to kill the big ass monster. You're gonna have to do it like 7 times so that you get the damn drop so that you can make your big sword.
I mean, this isn't Destiny. It's not just gonna... Hopefully, it's not gonna be that shitty of a loot system. But...
Right, and I don't think it is because the monster...
The way they do it is crafting, though, not just drops, but like...
It's not even drops though. Like you get a certain amount of money for if they still do it like this. While you're fighting, you have a main monster on the map you have to kill, but there are other monsters you can hunt while you're here. And when you kill those monsters, you can skin them and get a pelt, some meat, whatever it is. And then the meat can be used to cook for your health and stamina, to keep your stamina and health together.
Good meat.
And yes, and then if you kill like there's a Spurtin Velociraptor type monster that gives paralysis, you have to the creative thing about Monster Hunter is you can't just go to the stomach to get it. When you go and like skin its hide, you have to be by the hand to get a certain item. You have to be by the jaw to get a certain item. You have to be by the tail to get a certain
That is
item.
interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, the physics in the original ones were super wonky. Because, like, I was by the hand and I always got the fucking fin of something. I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah.
You deserve that fin.
Yeah, probably. Because I was probably near the hand and mouth at the same time. But I think that's the interesting about Monster Hunters is that
Yeah. But, like-
you have to be in a specific area of the body part to get a body part.
Yeah, but
that you
that's what
need.
I'm saying. Like, I'm worried about the raids because if everybody's trying to get the big sword where you have to, like, get its jawbone or, like, the crest off its head, that thing falls. 7 out of 10 people running straight for the fucking head.
I don't think. See, and how
Unless it gives it to everyone.
Right.
It might.
And how it played on the online in like the PSP version and things like that is that you all could get the same kind of thing, or it was randomized.
How did we all get this jaw? It only had one jaw.
It randomized, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I don't. Essentially, it's weird. Like I said, I know you. Did you end up getting Monster Hunter Stories?
I know, not yet.
Okay. I know essentially for me, like, when John showed me Monster Hunter Stories, I was like, oh, fuck, dude, this ruined Monster Hunters for me. But Worlds is like, alright, you can have Stories, 3DS, I will fucking play Monster Hunters on my Xbox and smile like a happy little boy I was.
That is the other thing, is that's on Xbox. So
Yeah.
for
Right.
the first time for me, it's actually accessible.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it was either on it was either on Sony products, or Nintendo took it, and it's
I mean-
like,
I owned a PS2,
like, that's all the other reason why I have a Wii. When I bought a Wii, I was like, I can play Monster Hunters. Fuck yeah!
Alright. So, next we're looking at Wolfenstein 2. We got some more Nazi bullshit.
Kian's against this. And I know, and
You're against Nazis?
I'm against
What
Wolfenstein.
kind of sick
What the
fuck
hell?
talk shit about Nazis?
Why aren't you against the Nazis? Nazis are the bad guys. We don't want to be for them.
God damn it. Y'all motherfuckers make me look like I'm just
Clearly,
like...
we're on different sides of the fence of an internment camp.
Is this because you're blonde and I'm not?
Maybe.
So are we starting
Don't
to
worry
fourth
about
rank up in here?
Schooly sounds very Jewish.
Yeah.
No.
Max Scully, eh?
It's a good
Are
thing
you sure
my
it's
name
not
is-
Schoolystein?
You should probably start going as Jay Oldenkamp. That is very German. You'll be fine.
Yeah. No.
It's a
All
good
right.
thing
So
my name isn't.
y'all, like,
Jewish.
my problem with Wolfenstein, it looks cool, it looks fun, it looks funny in some parts because the black dude is fucking
Well, the
fat
music
shit.
they
Yeah.
played with it.
But my problem with it is that because I love the original Wolfenstein game that was on PC, it was all about Nazi zombies and Nazi werewolves and things like that. This is all just like mecha shit, boom, boom, boom. I'm like, I like that classic horror element of, you know, and this is to each their own. It could be a good game.
To be fair, this is more an interpretation
I like
of
I like
Wolfenstein
my
where they
enemies to be
advance their
humanoid.
technology.
It's just a personal preference.
What's up, girl?
The original Wolfenstein wasn't really horror. You were straight up fighting Nazis and then a mecha Hitler.
Yeah, and then
It's not really horror.
Sorry, Wolfenstein 2 on the PC had Nazi zombies, and I thought it was fun. Fuck you, thank you.
You're
I love
welcome.
you. I love you. Get the fuck out now. Sit
No,
down.
I like my targets to be humanoid.
Right.
I don't know why. I just do.
And is this not interesting you then, or?
No, it is because the majority of the enemies are just Nazis, but there are some gigantic, weird-looking things that were.
Just sit the
breathing out
fuck
fire.
up and talk.
Yeah, what the fuck do you want?
Just take that seat.
I just had one more comment. Ironic that this is taking place in America.
This is not the tangent. Sit the fuck down.
Hashtag Charlottesville.
Do you have any thoughts about this, mighty co-host?
No, I am not interested in this game whatsoever, honestly.
And you're not.
What?
You aren't either, or
What?
Do
Wolfenstein?
you want to kill zombies? Answer yes or no.
There's no zombies.
Yes. Nazis.
I meant
yes.
Nazis is.
I mean, it's Wolfenstein. It's gonna be a hoot and a half one way or the other. Get
Yeah.
to kill things.
Yeah, it's pretty much just a
Every
murder
shooter
fest.
ever.
I'm very interested in this game. Bethesda has done a very good job of bringing retro shooters into the modern age. Good example is Doom. That
Yeah,
game
I
is
fucking
fun as
love
fuck.
Doom is
Wolfenstein looks like more of the same. I'm very excited for
See,
this.
I like
Doom
the-
did not interest me because it was all demon-looking shit, and I was like, nah, this is stupid.
Oh man, that game was the shit.
I like
Dude, you have
Wolfen-
got to play Doom.
I
Doom
don't
is fun
want
as
to.
fuck.
I like Bethesda's take on Call of Duty World War II.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I do. You know.
it's probably better than
Yes.
Call of Duty World War II.
Yes.
What do we have next there?
And our next one
It's got
is
twice the
Code
Nazi,
Vein,
twice the zombie.
which is like an anime-esque Dark Souls.
I'm gonna walk
kind
away
of-
from this because fuck Dark Souls.
You have comments on this.
And Max, you're the only one.
Yeah.
Okay, and
Shit.
I like Dark Souls, and I was kind of okay with an anime-looking style, like an art style, right up until they started going to anime, and like you're like shifting, you have a partner that's following you around, and there's like finishers and shit, and I was like, I really just wanted an anime big sword, and was fighting anime monsters, Dark Soul-esque. but it does not look like where it's going. Sadly.
I think the worlds look interesting enough.
Right,
I don't,
the art style and stuff still looks cool. I'm just like they kind of piggybacked off Dark Souls-ish. Like it's the same
A lot of
high
games
risk.
piggybacked off Dark
Yeah,
Souls.
it's the same high risk, high reward combat, just in a whole different thing now, and I don't really know how much I'm for it. Yeah.
I don't know how much Japanese, if we can get into like an English dub to this, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like I don't even know if this game is coming with an English release.
Like English, like voice acting.
Like English voice acting, English subtitles.
Well, is it only being released overseas, or is
No.
it being released
No, it's
here
being
too?
released here.
It'll
but
probably
Then
get
it's
a
going to have
subtitle.
an English dub with it.
Yeah.
Well,
Not
I just
all-
have subtitles.
not all
Right,
of
not
them.
I would
all
assume it
do
would,
that
yeah.
though.
Yeah, because this game it doesn't appear to have a whole lot of people backing it.
But it is Bandai Namco though, and they do always send out an English dub.
Usually.
Well,
For-
I mean,
usually.
the Naruto games, when they show trailers for those, for the overseas ones, they always have in Japanese, and then the American versions are always in English.
Yeah.
Which is very understandable. And
Isn't that because development is the thing?
Regardless, anime games are garbage. So what is?
Am I the only one that's generally interested in this game?
like I'm
It
not
looks
gonna
nice.
buy it,
What
but I
makes
might
you
watch
interested
I don't
in
like
it, though.
Dark Souls-esque games. I think they're
if I
stupid.
can have your honest opinion.
Well, I mean, one of the reasons that I don't like Dark Souls is because it looks so dark and dreary. This game actually looks pretty to look at. So
It's just really weird because, like, I would picture you being like, "Oh, it looks like everyone's dying."
it's a bunch of shades of gray and
I
brown.
actually
It's
agree
boring
with
as
Ryan.
fuck.
That was one of the things I didn't like about Dark Souls.
There's nothing.
Because I was like, there's no people. Everything looks like it got blown the fuck up.
Yeah, the
It's
environments.
Fallout, but worse.
the
I keep
environments are
forgetting
very
that like
boring.
snake people were a thing, and when Max is playing, I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I mean, this one actually looks like the characters are really colorful and gives you something to look at. So, I mean, that makes me interested.
So you're not
I mean, it's
frowning
anime,
every
that's
time
the
you're
point, it's
playing.
gonna
You're
give
only
you something to
frowning when
look
you're
at.
dying.
that's distracting.
I mean, Dark Souls is just an ugly looking game. Like, I'm sorry, but it looks like garbage.
You were not gonna like Bloodborne though, because Bloodborne amps up the dreary.
yeah,
It
it
does.
does.
Yeah, I know.
To
I've
be
seen
fair,
gameplay
the
of
lighting
Bloodborne.
matches the mood.
Right.
It
And
matches the mood.
Yeah, like it's.
They
but
could have
you can
gone.
still give it a little bit more color, like some shades of green and shit every
There's
once in
a
a
I know.
while.
I get,
forest.
why, I get why it is
There's
what
a
it is,
forest
but I don't
of
like
death.
it.
Yeah.
Is my thing.
Yeah.
right.
Might
and
be green.
I
might be
understand.
gray.
Like I said,
It
I
looks like
understand.
I'm playing a medieval Batman versus Superman.
Well, except for you're the pansy ass villager
Except
who's
for-
getting fucked.
Except I'm Martha.
You have all the power.
Someone come and save me. Batman, please.
How did you know that name?
All right. So our next one is Fortnite's Battle Royale, which
PUBG.
PUBG
Fortnite's
with
edition.
building and Borderlands art style esque without the cell shading.
See,
Like it's very cartoony, and I like that.
What I feel you're running into and how, like, because PUBG just recently put out a statement, I forgot to put this in the news, that, like, dogging on this game.
Well, we're gonna talk about that right now instead of in our news later.
Right.
Yeah, PUBG is actually kind of pissed at Fortnite for doing this Battle Royale-esque thing. They're like, you're taking our idea and just putting your own small twist on it.
Oh, yes, because they
Yeah.
created Battle
Because they
Royale
came up with
They
the
fighting.
idea.
created throwing a bunch of people in an arena to
Yeah.
blow shit up.
What? That doesn't make any sense.
But-
There's tons of first-person shooter games that slightly
Yeah.
alter. Like,
That's like
nobody
saying-
claims to have
Yeah, that'd be-
invented first-person shooters.
Yeah,
It's
It's
like
like-
getting mad at someone for breathing slightly
I
differently
mean,
than you.
it's like Call of Duty being like, I don't know, I think Battlefield's pretty close to our game. We both got guys with guns, and it's modern.
That's more like Halo being like, hey, Call of Duty's in space now. We can't do that.
No, no, no!
No.
Yeah, I'm actually more intrigued by this game than PUBG if I could get this on, like, Xbox, because the building and the running around and the kind of...
It's very
The
maxy.
wackiness of this game reminds me of, like,
Reminds me of Happy Wars, actually.
yeah, it kind of does.
I think
Those-
Fortnite is on platforms.
It is?
Yeah, I think it's,
Oh,
or it's
awesome.
they're getting into it.
Right? I'm okay
should.
with that.
The thing about this is that, like, Jay and I were watching gameplays of Age of the Mayhem, and that was a game we were gonna, like, fucking play through for a Let's Play, and it kind of feels like that, because it's got that cell shading thing, and because it's not story mode, I think I'd like it a little bit better than Agents of Mayhem.
Yeah.
But like watching that gameplay and watching this, it looks too similar to me. Where I'm just like, I don't know, man. I you know what I mean? Like I think it's fun. Like this is why I think PUBG is full of shit. No offense. I feel like PUBG might attack us because
Doubt it. We're not big enough.
I feel like we're not big enough for him.
No,
We're not big
Nintendo
enough to
hasn't attacked us for all the shit talking we've said, so I think we're
That's
good.
alright.
a lot of shit about
That's because you can't really copyright shit talking. But
Right.
But they can get mad at you for shit talking them.
Right.
That's
What
a
are they
thing.
gonna do?
So-
Take away our free copies?
Lol.
No,
Wow.
but like that was my thing. Like, I know we'll talk about this off mic because you had something about Player Unknown that like you had a problem with, and I don't want you.
I don't like him as a person.
Yeah.
Right. But like he's just like my thing about this is totally different from how Battle Royale Player Unknown works. And so that's the thing that like bothers me about him being like, they fucking took my format. I'm like, fuck off, man. Everyone can do Battle Royale. Eat a dick.
Right.
It's a game type. It's
I mean-
not its format.
really, Overwatch is kind of like a battle royale
Well,
almost.
It can be.
Overwatch ripped off Team Fortress 2.
Right.
It's been around forever.
I think,
Overwatch killed Battleborn.
I
Yeah,
think kind
that's-
of what the problem we're getting at is
You're gonna get sadder in this news, by the
the
way.
the battle royale thing that PUBG has done is created hotspots and shrinking zones of battle,
Right.
and Fortnite is doing exactly the same thing on that.
Okay.
They're shrinking the arena down smaller spots. There are randomized drops in Fortnite's battle royale, just like PUBG, and there are quote unquote hotspots.
But don't you think that makes the gaming experience?
That's pretty
the
much
hot
what-
spots, maybe, but like the shrinking it down, it's like once it
It's
gets
kinda
down to
required.
like a handful of people,
It's
you have
kinda
to
required.
shrink it so they actually fight.
Yeah,
rather
but
than
don't you
just,
think
like,
that makes the
sit in the corner.
game more interesting to play though?
Yeah, that-
is
yeah,
taking
that
those
too.
I'm fine with
elements.
that.
Like that's the thing. Like yes, PUBG blew like it's in our news. We'll talk about it later. Like that'll probably be the next story after our trailers. It's blown online play, which is awesome. But at the same time, like yes, there are other way worse marketing ploys. Like when Sega and Nintendo were always feuding together with Sonic and Mario, they copied each other fucking hands down with a lot of their fucking platforming styles. So this isn't the first time.
I mean, platforming in itself. is
Right.
That difficult.
You know what I mean? But
you
this
jump
is
from spot A to B.
but you understand what I mean. This isn't the first time someone's like, because we had it with Battlefield and
I don't
Call
know,
of
you ever
Duty.
played
Yeah,
Paladins of the Realm?
right.
Good fucking lord, that is just like... That is a copy of everything ever.
Right.
And I love it because of that.
Right, and see,
It's
and
the best.
it's sure PUBG. You can be like
You can be
bit-
butthurt,
yeah,
but don't try and take the game down.
right.
That's all I got.
Just because because it looks different still at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
It looks the same.
Yeah.
It's a similar thing, but a different experience.
Yeah, similar concept but different experience.
Yep. All right. So next one, we are going on to South Park's new game that just looks fucking crazy.
And it's wonderful because of it.
Oh yeah.
Let's
Oh
be
yeah.
honest.
It's South Park humor tossed into a video game.
So
And
it's a lot.
the trailer we
better.
watched is a gay fish is trying to get its mom into heaven.
Voiced by Kanye.
It's not voiced by Kanye.
Not
It's
voiced
supposed to be
by-
making
supposed to
fun
be.
of Kanye.
Yeah. And basically, the trailer we got was a fish riding a unicorn playing Flappy Bird to get into heaven.
Yeah. There's Valhalla, I think.
Valhalla.
No, they go to Valhalla to get the fish to heaven.
Oh,
And they get the fish to heaven.
Yeah.
see you soon.
I
What's that supposed
like.
to be?
Okay, so and I will point
Weird
this out.
fucking game.
I
Right.
fucking love the Stick of Truth, and this makes me feel like this is like there are quote unquote superheroes in South Park, like Captain Hindsight and shit like that. So my idea is that you become a sidekick of one of those quote unquote heroes.
Seaman.
And Seaman is in this, and like Seaman was one of my.
Well, I kind of see where you're going with, but from what I've seen, you're going to be a person with powers, and you're going to sidekick with a lot of other people to get
Right.
a lot of different stories.
Right, and so
Quests.
I
Everybody.
pre-ordered
Right.
this. I pre-ordered this game, so
All right, I'm going to play your copy before I even think about buying
Right.
it, because I would
Right.
like to play it.
I'm going
I'm
to steal
gonna
your
play
copy.
your copy.
It is.
We will all steal your copy.
Yeah.
He does not have a physical copy,
Got
so
it.
you will have to be here.
Piece of shit.
I won't. I'll probably
Garbage
pre-order it.
person.
No, I
myself.
pre-ordered the
You
physical.
pre-ordered the
Yeah,
physical?
I pre-ordered the
Okay.
fucking physical
Oh.
copy. You crazy?
A little bit.
Like, if games that I find enjoyable, I'll get a physical copy for. Like,
All right.
all the games that I own are because I like them a lot, so I got a physical copy. So I've always liked South Park, and this is just I actually pre-ordered. You're going to make fun of me. I actually pre-ordered it after we talked about the difficulty level being the color of your skin. I'm like, oh, dude, pre-order.
Stupid.
It's smart. It's not stupid.
It's a South Park play on humor.
Smart is what I'd used to describe.
It's a South Park humor, is what they did. Because they are very much bringing
Satirical.
out how race can affect life. And now they're just like, well, fuck it. We didn't have any other way of playing difficulty other than if you're a black kid, shit's gonna suck.
They're not above being very offensive.
No,
so
they're not.
That
It's,
is what I like.
it's very South Park.
Creates very good social commentary.
Right.
And maybe this might get like someone who's like super
Which-
racist be like, oh man, black people do have it tough.
That is the entire point of
Come
South
on,
Park.
no, that's not gonna happen.
No, it's
Get the
not.
fuck out
No,
of
it's
here.
not, but we
you
can
can only
hope.
dream.
Through the years, that has become the role of South Park, is to provide a very humorous
Social commentary
on the world.
Yeah, very
Dude, this
much so.
recent one, they had no idea what they were gonna do because Donald Trump won the election and didn't think he was going to.
Yeah,
So
they were fucking floored. Alright, so our next game is Left Alive, and it looks like a post-apocalyptic, like, World War III
shooter.
shooter, and you are, like, one of the last few people alive, but it looks like there's a lot of fucking people alive
You're
anyways.
fighting like weird big ass robots that they're dropping in from
From
Falcons
somewhere.
or Halo. And,
It's
yeah,
like
no.
Titanfall, but you're the guys on the opposite end without a giant robot.
Right.
I know a lot of people say that they don't care about graphics as long as the game is fun, but the graphics on this game look like garbage.
The thing that got me though is it just sounds like Left 4 Dead. The name sounds like Left 4 Dead or any other zombie games. I was kind of disappointed when it was just other people with guns.
I actually also thought it was going to be a
I'm
zombie.
like, okay, I was
I
not
won't
the only
lie.
one. I was a little disappointed when it's
It's with the bathroom, so I'll need you to flip for the next news story.
Okay.
What do we take over?
Alright, after that it's Naruto
Can
to
we
Boruto
fucking do a hard
Shinobi.
pass on this?
I
No.
want to.
No.
You fucking talk about
Yeah,
it.
Gil, what do you have to say about Naruto?
We aren't skipping this because it shows a point. Naruto is still prevalent enough that they're able to make a big multiplayer video
Of
game.
course it's still prevalent. Naruto
Yeah.
was one of the biggest animes ever.
Exactly.
That's like if they did that same thing with Dragon Ball Z, it'd be like, it's still prevalent.
Xenoverse 2 is
No,
fucking
no.
amazing. You shut your
Okay,
fucking
Ian,
mouth.
shut the
It's a
fuck up.
garbage ass game.
Stop, both of you. The point is, this is Naruto and Boruto. Like, you're creating your own character. This is the super. Okay, everybody's been so
This is
involved
their
in this.
answer to the fan fiction.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is. Everybody's been so involved with this series that they finally get to create a ninja and be in it.
It's not an answer to the fan fiction. No, you cannot fuck Sasuke.
Ah, shit. Got that.
So close. You get to
You're
fight.
almost
That could be DLC.
Yeah, you are.
If you win the league, that's your
The adult
Oh,
rated.
God.
Dude, there's already DLC. Just Google.
Right.
We're not discussing this right now.
No, we're not. But
There's Flash
You know, we've
games.
said
Shut-
I was arguing about Nazis earlier. Come on now.
right.
This is not.
You were arguing for Nazis.
The reason
Yeah.
I wanted to pass this is that someone keeps messaging me on my private Facebook about you should do a fan anime about Naruto. I'm like,
No.
no.
But Naruto sucks.
Yeah, I was like, no.
I kind of honestly, I'm gonna get crap for this,
Well, I-
especially from him, but I feel the same way about One Piece. Just let it die.
I hate a
it's-
large
you know,
majority of anime,
Right,
including
like-
One Piece and Naruto.
I will be
One
honest
Piece
with
is
you.
garbage.
You don't count. You watched one episode and heard us explain an arc of an anime.
It's weird as fuck.
It is weird.
You, I can understand because you actually stay devoted and read it. I can get you on that.
Right.
And I'm not
agree,
dogging
this-
you. Like,
The story can be done now.
some of the filler gets weird, but some of the filler is also fun comparatively to other animes.
Okay.
I'll give you
So, is this Final Fantasy IX has a PS4 re-release?
It's Final Fantasy ported to the PS4.
Oh,
Yeah.
joy.
I
Rel
don't
release?
give 2 fucks.
Yeah, Kien can't spell, but
Wait, which
I'm
one was Final
drunk.
Fantasy 9?
I had Leon.
The one before 10.
You played the you played the kid with
Got
the
you
like
there.
rat. You played the kid with like the rat tail, and you were started out as a thief.
yeah.
I liked.
Joe Dirt, what the fuck?
No, like he had a legitimate tail of a rat. Like that's
Oh.
no. Like, it jumped right out of mullet. You fucking swine.
God. All right. So my one question is: are they literally just straight porting this game, or is it getting any graphics changes or anything?
It's a little bit
Are
of a graphics change, but it's not like how they're trying to make Final Fantasy VII into Kingdom Hearts-esque fighting style. It's
Okay.
turn-based, and Eli doesn't like
Yay.
anime.
That's gay on so many levels.
Yeah,
That's bad.
I'm excited for the Final Fantasy VII port just because they're updating the fighting, but I cannot get behind turn-based fighting unless it's real-time turn-based like in Knights of the Old Republic. Otherwise, fuck off.
All right.
God damn.
That's
terrible.
reasonable. Okay, so our next one, Marvel vs. Capcom DLC characters. We know there has been a bunch of speculation on who the remaining 4 DLC characters will be, and we are happy to announce that Monster Hunter, Winter Soldier, Black Widow, and the shape-shifting Venom will all be battling their way into Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite later this year. We are hard at work with these characters and can't wait to show them to you when they are ready. So basically, we just got confirmed the last 4 characters in Marvel vs. Capcom.
Funny thing about the Monster Hunter, I just researched this. It's a woman, so it's very interesting to have that. So it's 2 women and 2 males.
Can she do the splits?
The thing I want to know is that will the Winter Soldier still have his fabulous hair from the movies?
I hope so.
Probably.
That generally, when the
likely.
movies come out and they do a good job, they start to model those characters after the
I
cinematic.
played a demo
Yeah.
of Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. I am not gonna fucking lie. I am very weirded out that Hagar and Ryu and Chun-Li from fucking Street Fighters are teaming up with Captain America, Doctor Strange, and Rocket Raccoon to fight with Chris Redfield from Resident Evil, because they're all in the same world, and fucking Arthur from
Yeah, Arthur.
Ghosts and Goblins?
Ghosts and Goblins, who is still a short
Best
midget.
fucking fighter. He's only got a lance.
He said he was still a short midget compared to everyone.
Hey, you can't do scaling.
You know what I mean, though? It's so jarring, and, like, Mega Man is there, and you're like, okay, Mega Man's understandable because, like, Dr. Light could have been like, I like this kid, I want this kid to look like an anime robot kid. Everyone else is like, you guys are all part of the same universe, but you guys make no sense being together, because the guy from Prototype is like, they're like, yeah, I know Chun-Li. How? Y'all don't look alike at all, like, worldwide. But the Capcom universe is all linked together in one world.
They banged.
Wow.
Differing art
And
styles.
and the fucking video journalist from
Frank?
Frank from fucking
Frank West?
Dead Dead Rising, and one of his super attacks is taking a cart full of chainsaws and running them into you.
That,
Beautiful.
Are they on?
I don't know. It's fucking weird though. I played it. I'm like,
Would you leave the
I mean-
chainsaws off, Max? Would that be a smart decision in a zombie apocalypse?
The problem with the chainsaw is you usually have to hold the thing down to make it, like, go, so even if
Zip
it's...
ties.
Okay, so fine. This guy literally sat there and zip-tied a fucking a bunch of chainsaws, threw them all in a cart, hoped the cart didn't get shredded, and is now running it at you.
right. It's
Genius.
Maybe he's OCD as fuck, alright?
The story is weird, but, like, I like that there's a dynamic between Dante from Devil May Cry and Rocket Raccoon. They're basically bros. Rocket's like, I'm out of guns. Dante's like, I'll hand you ebony and ivory. Let's fight.
Now, if only they could get Bayonetta in there.
Which Dante do they have in it?
Cool Dante.
Cool Dante?
Cool
Old Dante?
Old Dante.
Good,
He gets-
screw that new little bitch.
Because he gets his devil armor.
Screw that new Dante, he's a little bitch.
Right.
Agreed.
So,
Alright,
We don't talk about that.
That never happened.
it was fun.
so...
That game is trash, and you are trash for
I
liking
enjoyed it. Like, I'm not saying it's as good as Devil May Cry, but I had fun with it. Fuck you.
Trash.
Fine, I'll take it.
Alright. Gearbox will no longer be updating Battleborn after Auto, as they have been quoted. So, does anybody still play Battleborn?
So true. It's been a while. I'll be
Alright.
I'll be honest.
So, like, out of even without John here, we still have 4 people who play video games a lot, including Ryan. Jay's in another room, but he's not here. Kian still plays video games enough, and none of us have played Battleborn for a while.
I played for 1 hour and I was like, all right, I get the gist of this.
To be honest, I never even heard of that fucking game until you guys brought it up during one podcast, and I was like, what the hell is Battleborn?
Right. So
It's a great game.
I am not surprised Gearbox isn't updating this anymore because it has dwindled a lot.
Well, the PC version has been dead for like
forever.
For like 3/4 of a year. Like it died like 2 months after release.
Oh
Yeah,
man, that's sad, dude.
Yeah, like the game, it didn't tank, but it dropped fast.
On
So kinda
PC
like
specifically.
Yeah, like almost,
Yeah.
except for it didn't have problems that made it tank. It just, people quickly went from this to something else.
Okay.
We have a ton of
almost
weirdos
instantly.
that still play the Division, though.
So
'cause,
like any Ubisoft game ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I know
that's
John
good.
likes For Honor, and I know Eli does, but yeah, any Ubisoft game.
I don't like For Honor. I thought it was a cool idea that they fucked up.
I agree with Eli.
And
Yeah.
it's probably the reason I'm going bald. That game made me so fucking angry. Like, that is one of the games that I can be like, yeah, that made me so angry I would willingly punch a hole through a wall. Like, I was fucking pissed.
Alright, so, fans have found that the 1984 classic NES Golf is hidden within every Nintendo Switch. But not only is this 1984 game in there, it has been updated to have motion controls with the new Switch's controllers. So this, original NES game is now hidden somewhere in there, and you can play it with your new controllers. I don't know how you get to it. I don't know where it's at.
Google it.
But for some reason, it's in there.
Cool.
This makes me want to buy a Switch, even no. I don't want to
No.
buy a Switch at all. Sorry.
This
I know
is-
Brady has a Switch already, but no.
This
No.
is just one of those things where Nintendo's kind of like, you know what we could do, and people probably might not find it, is we're just going to hide a game in there because we fucking can, and nobody's played this game for the last 20 years anyways.
It was supposed to be homage to the dead Nintendo president, because I think that was
Okay.
the first game he developed.
That's
from what I
understandable.
read into
I'm fine that they hit a game in there. Like, even if the game isn't easy to find, Nintendo is good for putting homages into things of people who were pivotal to them.
This is Robin Williams and Zelda.
Okay, fuck off. But they're not known for this, but a lot of their games do have hints and references to other things. So that's something they did. Their Nintendo Switch now has this game, and it's because of somebody important to them is now on every Nintendo Switch.
Which is cool, I guess.
Right. I don't know how much play it's going to get, but it doesn't cost anybody anything, so if you're really bored and you don't know what to do, you got
I
that.
don't know why they hid this game. Well, I guess they could have just released it.
I don't know how hidden it is. It's honestly probably you have to go into your settings, and it somewhere under there you can just go to extra features and you can click the game.
Yeah.
Does Nintendo ever do anything that makes sense?
Not
No.
really. Not
No.
business-wise, no.
No. All right. So, PlayerUnknown has broken the record for number of people playing it at once in Steam history. Previously, Dota 2 had the highest at 1.29 million people simultaneously playing the game.
I was part of that cancer.
You can shut up.
PUBG has gotten 1.34 million players simultaneously. They have broken the record by by 50,000 people at a single time. That's an impressive number of people to be playing a game at one given time. Through Steam alone. So this isn't counting beta players on random places, people who were given the game to download. This is people who have just bought it through Steam. That's a huge number. Dota 2 has held this record for
Years, dude.
years. I don't even remember how long, but this record was set, and from what they said, was probably unbreakable.
It's been at least a decade that Dota has held that, and it's it's sad to me because I really like Dota. And
Fucking trash. You're trash for liking Dota.
it's another MOBA.
Oh, fuck you.
It's okay. No, Dota is the most complicated, convoluted fucking MOBA out there.
Right.
Now, for some aspects that makes it really fun, but if you ever want to play it casual, you're fucked.
Yeah, you're very fucked. But
All right. So our next thing for all of us who download games and like all of us Xbox users who put the disc in and still have to download the full game, we know games are big and they're getting bigger. Super Mario Odyssey, it's tiny. Like
It's a tiny comparatively.
it is 5.7 gigs for the digital version. The entire game is 5.7 gigs. That's it. I think I just downloaded a game last night that was over 100 gigs.
That's not surprising.
I mean, I'm not. Nintendos are usually considerably smaller.
They're
though.
small, but that's
Yeah, I mean,
small.
it's Mario though. It's not like they're doing huge graphical updates
Right.
to it.
Yo,
I mean, they gave him nipples. That's probably a gigabyte of the fucking game.
yeah, but for real, that's the thing about what this means is that like everyone implied Odyssey was going to be such a big game.
yeah. Like, has anybody played Splatoon 2? That's not a very big game at all. That's actually a tiny game. And that's coming in at 3.1 gigs. So we're
Right.
not even double the size of Splatoon 2.
I mean, like, if you look at gigabytes for last gen games, even like the big ones, they're usually only around like maybe 9.7 gigabytes max
Yeah.
for like Xbox 360 games, which makes sense because Nintendo, while they did have like an HD boost with the Switch, still not nearly as much graphic power as like an
Which is
Xbox
understandable,
One or
but like
PS4.
where this comes comparatively though is you look at games like Sunshine and Galaxy, which were on par with that, and Nintendo has hyped Odyssey to be the biggest.
Yeah,
like
this
that's
is like
the
their
reason.
big game. This is the next thing that is supposed to get the next wave of Nintendo Switch buyers,
So,
and it's small.
so the question that you bring up is that are all these gigabytes used for the mustache on the dinosaur and shit like that?
Right.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
hope so.
Best mustache.
I don't
ever.
care about the rest of the graphics as long as the mustache.
You
That-
also have to
HD.
think about it in terms of the only thing Nintendo has to focus on is literally the campaign because they don't do multiplayer
Yeah,
or
that's-
anything else
that's
like
true.
that.
That's true. That's true, but you have lots of multiple sprites with shit going on, 3D rendering, multiple worlds that he's supposed to be going to, and they're supposed to be big enough worlds where you're hiding shit in them, and it's a small download.
I don't know. I think I'm fine with it.
I'm not too worried about
Yeah.
it. I mean,
I mean-
it probably means nothing. It probably just means that the graphics probably just aren't that
Well, yeah,
impressive.
they're
That's
kind of
it.
cartoony.
Yeah,
So, like,
it's a
yeah.
Nintendo Mario game. The graphics have never been all that impressive.
Yeah, so like, I ain't gonna get a Switch or anything, so like, it doesn't bother me personally. But
I
like,
buy
it
a
is-
Switch to break it with a hammer.
But don't do that. That's like $300 down the fucking drain.
I
But
don't care if I
no,
hate
but like
Nintendo.
for me, when I look at it like this, it's just like, the only reason I put this in the news story is because like they hyped it being a really
Expansive game.
expansive
game.
game. So that
Well, the other thing is that Nintendo and sort of platformers all over, they're more like compact.
right.
Like even
Yeah.
the worlds, they'll be compact. There will be stuff to do all over the place. It won't just be like Skyrim where it's like
Yeah.
half the space useless.
Pretty much.
Well,
yeah.
I
There's
mean,
nothing
like-
to do there really except random events.
Look at shit that's on the Wii. Like you didn't have to download anything for that. It was literally just pop the disc in and
Yeah.
play. Some of those games were huge, like Twilight Princess. Like,
Right.
fucking hell. Like
right, I get you.
impressive that you didn't have to download anything for that.
Right, and I get you 100%. It's just a surprising thing.
Yeah,
It being the biggest Mario game that they talk about.
right. This is
Again, I think we're overthinking it. It probably has more to do with the graphics than anything else.
Like I agree with you, but like it's still an impressively small game for being a new gen, new game.
Well,
It's Nintendo,
I mean, and again, look at Nintendo. Like they're always behind
Yeah.
graphics wise. Like
They
they're
are.
on par with an Xbox 360 right now.
Yeah,
That's why we get Skyrim ported.
Whereas with like a Nintendo like Wii, they're on par with like an N64. So
PlayStation 1, bitch.
whatever. Some of those graphics were garbage on
They
the
were.
Nintendo Wii.
all right. So frontman Dave Mustaine appeared in the New York Stock Exchange recently and spoke about Megadeth's wine and beer business ventures And also, video games. I'm working on a video game that encompasses a lot of the band's history and a lot of little riffs that we've never used before. So...
Megadeth, the band.
Oh,
yeah.
Megadeth sucks.
I think the big part of this is that they're making a game kind of based on them, and it's going to show you more of the stuff that you didn't get that's been released. So, like, their riffs, them trying out little tunes
I thought they were going to
and
use
shit.
their mascots and shit like that for this. Like,
I
don't know. I don't like
I
Megadeth.
feel like they're just making their own Guitar Hero. Like they used to do
Megadeth,
like
Guitar Hero,
yeah, they used to do
DLC
like
pack.
Guitar Hero, Metallica,
I like
stuff
about
like that. And Megadeth just missed out because Guitar Hero's dead as shit.
Megadeth is literally just a poor man's Metallica.
Yeah, they kicked out Dave Mustaine. So
Yeah,
he's like,
exactly.
I'll make a band.
From
you can
Metallica,
stand,
he
yeah.
was like, I'm gonna make my own band. They're gonna sound exactly like Metallica.
Alright, so Pokemon Go players have a new item to add to their wardrobes. There is a new free t-shirt for this popular game that I feel is kind of dying.
Jay plays it.
Yeah.
God, I thought it was.
And in honor of the global goals for sustainable development and initiative to end extreme poverty and inequality and climate change around the world, Pokemon Go players now get this new free Global Goals t-shirt and have added 17 Pokestops, which isn't a lot for this worldwide game,
Yeah.
that represent each of the individual goals in an effort to spread awareness of the initiative.
You know how many of those will be in Iowa?
Yeah, it's
No.
like I feel like 17 means I'll have to drive like 2,000 miles to a coast to get to either.
Right.
New York, California,
Someone's
Florida.
like, let's go to the ethanol plants.
Basically, what this
God.
is Pokemon is at least letting you know how they feel towards these things. They're not making a huge step towards this because they know the game isn't huge, so they're not going to make like an extra 2,000 Pokestops for this. But like they're at least putting something in to
Relevancy.
to give it yeah. Like they're saying something. They're putting out their ideals and letting you know how they feel towards this.
Just put it down already. Like, it's like that blind dog that you have that you love so much, but it can't do anything. It just keeps like running into the walls and shit.
Right?
It's falling down the stairs, and you're just like, but I can't put it down. I love it so much. Like, you have to. Like, it's for the benefit of the animal.
Yeah, you just video that, put it on YouTube. That's how you make your money.
Right. Okay. So, Telltale Games, the independent studio behind the popular games Game of Thrones, Walking Dead, and Minecraft adventure games, now has a new CEO. Pete Howley, the former executive at mobile and social gaming giant Zynga, has been hired to lead Telltale. First off, I'm not a fan of Zynga at
I was
all.
to say, I was gonna
What
ask you.
is? Can someone
what is-
explain to
okay.
me what
Do
Zynga
you
It
know
is-
all the terrible Facebook games?
That's that.
Candy Crush?
No, like
Farmville.
Oh.
Cityville.
Oh, so there's actually some gameplay in it.
No.
No. This guy is now the new CEO of Telltale.
Oh.
Have you ever played any of those? There, what game?
No! What fucking idiot plays Farmville that isn't over 40?
There's
Farmville.
no gameplay,
What person plays Farm Simulator?
right?
Eli?
I do not know. I play that in real life. Not be a
So-
fucking simulator.
I'll play The Walking Dead, make your own farm over Telltale Walking Dead, lol.
Really?
Yeah, fuck Telltale.
Alright. So, Howley in the top role this week. Howley worked at Zynga as a senior vice president and general manager since 2014. So he's had 3 years at a fairly successful company and is now the new CEO.
That company can go rot in hell.
It's successful though. They're making money.
True, but that doesn't imply that they do not deserve to be rotting in hell.
Alright. But he says it's an honor. He is excited to join the Telltale team and be the new leading CEO.
Farmville Telltale, I'm calling it right now.
We might get something like that.
I feel like
now.
It comes up and Eli's like, I guess I'm gonna eat my hat right now.
Games that involve story combined with a game that has no story whatsoever.
Yeah,
Did
it's
it with
called
Minecraft.
Minecraft.
Nux.
Yes, but we all know how that turned out.
Yeah, that was
John really liked it.
That's
so.
terrible.
Did you hate it too?
Yes.
Yeah. You bought it?
What?
Did you buy it?
No, but I watched it on YouTube.
Okay, good.
Get over this.
I have to slap the shit out of you.
No, I don't buy Telltale games.
Who does?
Jay?
It's a movie.
Somebody, because, I mean, they keep making them.
True. You're all a bunch of idiots.
I watched Jay play Batman. I thought it was kind of
They
fun.
make money.
To be fair, when you're really bored and have nothing to do,
But yeah, I don't
Still
buy
boring.
Choice Simulator. It's not my thing.
When I'm really bored and have nothing to do, I'd rather not play a game that makes me even more bored with even less to do.
Alright. So, next up, Final Fantasy 15, one of its biggest things is its huge, like, open world feel to it. And it appears to be having another installment coming eventually that will have a similarly large world.
Go figure.
It's basically the MMORPG. You make your own avatar
Yeah.
and you fight shit.
So
Yay!
it's the one online.
yeah, it's a new online version of 15 that's
Oh.
going to be huge.
But you can only play with 3 other players.
Yeah.
Because you're supposed to be Noctis, Gladio, fucking other gay J-pop guy, and guy with glasses.
Okay.
Supposed to be the Backstreet Boys.
Yes.
That can't be
Japanese-
mine.
You're supposed to be the Japanese Backstreet Boys, technically.
Okay, so surprise, surprise, Call of Duty World War II will be featuring a zombies mode. And while we've known all about the cast that will appear in it for some time now, we now learned the first details about what players can expect from this year's zombie experience. This mode is focused on exciting 4-player cooperative combat against waves of increasingly deadly zombies. Sounds about right. This mode will be grounded in gritty, horrifying setting, which seems pretty similar, which draws on the developer's experience with horror games like Dead Space. So it could be an interesting twist to the basic
Give me some
zombies.
It won't
necromorphs
be.
and Nazi zombies.
It's Call of Duty. It's not.
It's basically going to be the same zombies we've been getting. Not
Okay.
gonna lie.
Now, did they ever specify if they meant like the original Dead Space or Dead Space 3? Because we all know how 3 worked out.
Let's
Yeah,
not talk
that's
about
pretty
Dead Space 3, please.
That
Okay.
game doesn't exist. It ended at 2.
There is one thing they have that Horsley says the team is striving to make it the most terrifying zombies experience to date.
Will it make me scream like a little girl, like out loud?
No, I don't
Fuck
know.
No, you have
Knowing
guns.
you, probably.
But they're
Bitch.
from what I get from this, they're trying to make it less the arcadey and more of a scary actual zombies
So like
mode.
old school Resident Evil.
Kinda, except for we're still getting waves, we're still getting gun pickups around here. Like, it's gonna be zombies.
Exactly. I'm never scared of the zombies if I have a gun.
But I think they're probably gonna add some zombies popping out, like jump scary-esque things. We're probably gonna get some more gruesome looking shit. Because it's from the people who developed Dead Space. Being put into probably
so they
Nazi
actually
zombies.
Have people from Visceral doing this?
No.
No, the draws on the... I think it's just one developer and his experiences with horror games like Dead Space.
Oh, gotcha.
They're
I
gonna
don't
make
think
it
he
nasty.
actually worked on Dead Space. This is just his experiences playing games like Dead Space.
Gotcha.
Yay!
So I'm not expecting to see a whole lot, but it might be slightly different.
Actually, my favorite zombies is actually the new zombies. To be fair, I love it. I think
For
it's fun.
Infinite Warfare?
Infinite Warfare zombies is like my favorite zombies just because it actually has a fun story that goes with it.
Right,
Man.
there's not a whole lot of plot, but there is plot between them.
The only reason I still buy Call of Duty games is because of the zombies mode.
Agreed.
It's like the only fun part about it anymore.
Oh, I don't buy the Call of Duty games.
I do when they go into the bargain bin.
Alright.
Yeah, for like $1.
So, speaking of Call of Duty, the Call of Duty World War II/PS4 bundle will be $300.
Is there a reason for that?
You get a camo controller.
Yeah.
What?
Do you
Oh
get
shit!
anything
Camo
else?
You
controller.
get a PS4 camo controller and
Huh.
Call of Duty World
And
War
a
II.
green PS4.
Yeah, it's all Call of Duty World War II themed. It's green. It's camo
I love how we
green.
theme stuff with World War II.
It's green, it's just green.
It's
Yes.
camo green.
It's
They
just
can't give
camo,
you shell
too.
shocks, so...
I know.
I
All
mean,
it
they
is
could
is
try.
camo. Well, I mean, the Southern Comfort, Ryan really wants this one, because I do love me some camouflage.
Get the fuck
Wow.
out of here, bro.
Wow.
Who wants to go hunt some deer?
No, I'm good. I have food that I can eat from a store and that I don't have to hunt.
So
That's
anyway,
not
I think the
good.
bundle is ass.
Right.
It is
All
pretty
dude,
stupid.
all bundles are fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not all of them.
So,
Fairly enough. If it has the game and it's only $300, that's about.
Yeah, that's what, like with Xbox.
It's
came out,
reasonably
that was-
priced.
yeah, that's not a bad price for a console.
That's
and
actually probably cheaper than buying the console and the game.
is.
It is.
Oh yeah.
PS4
absolutely.
is currently $300, so
Yeah.
they basically throw the game at you for free.
So, this was something we kind of touched on, the multiplayer expansion for Final Fantasy 15. I have the release date now, is October 31st, but the rest of the news I have on this is you're at three friends at most, epic quests apparently, and you get to create your own avatar. But it will be coming out October 31st, so that is not far away.
Which Final Fantasy is it where they all like skippy bikini clad chicks? Is that 9?
All of them?
Most of them.
A handful?
Dead or alive?
Yeah. Like, I guess.
No, there's like one in particular where she's like straight up wearing a G-string and you can see it.
I guess 10 would be the one. I don't fucking pay attention.
Is that the one with like the yellow bikini?
I don't
What the
fucking
fuck
know.
kind of
Just
questions
Google
are
it.
these?
Just Google it.
God.
We're moving on.
No, I'm just
it's-
wondering so I can
it's-
customize
It's 10
my
because that's
character just like
Yuffie.
that.
Yeah, it's 10 because it's Yuffie.
All right. So,
Fucking weirdo. Come on.
so next thing, we're gonna quick say this because I don't think anybody gives a fuck.
Llamas are in Minecraft.
There's now llamas in Minecraft.
Yeah!
Oh shit! I've been playing Minecraft.
Can I
Apparently
spit on
mine.
you?
I don't know. They're
If they
probably
spit
another.
on you, I'm excited.
They're probably just another passive animal. They're honestly probably gonna be bigger sheep.
Dude, I'm fucking sorry. It was on the news. I'm
I'm fine with that. Eli plays Minecraft.
I blame John for this.
I play Minecraft every
I
once in
did
a
this
while.
story.
I would have
Jay
preferred
plays
alpacas.
Minecraft. Like, it's just something new. Minecraft is still going.
Or
Basically,
if
is
you
what
can
this
make a
means.
mount for it, I'll be excited too.
That wouldn't surprise me actually.
I
That'd
would
be
have
fun.
preferred alpacas.
If you what?
A
You can
mount.
make a mount for it.
Okay.
You can ride it.
You probably can. You can ride like fucking anything in there.
Yeah, you can ride a pig.
Yeah.
I
it to
really
war.
didn't want to talk about Minecraft this much.
Okay. Here's the
Alright.
list of Battlefront 2 maps.
Yep. So we got Naboo, Kamino, Kashyyyk.
Jay, come here.
Kashyyyk. I'll
Yeah.
fucking
Hey,
pronounce
pause
it.
it. Pause it.
It's
Hold
Endor.
up.
I know,
Death
but
Star
Jay needs
2.
to come in here.
Give
Jay,
me-
there's the map reveal for the Star Trek Battlefront
Okay,
2.
I'm giving you
Star
the
Trek
Star
Battlefront
Trek.
2.
Star Wars Battlefront 2.
You
All right, don't do
uncultured
that.
fuck.
So we have Naboo, Kamino, Kashyyyk, Endor, Death Star number 2, Hoth, Mos Eisley, Yavin the 4th,
Yavin 4.
Yavin 4.
whatever.
Jakku.
Jakku. I cannot pronounce
Takodana.
that because I'm kind of blind right now.
Star Killer Base.
So, so Death Star 3 on steroids. Got it.
Yeah. So, I mean, they're not bad maps. Like, there's a good spread. Like, we're going from places that are...
I'm hoping that the Kamino and Kashyyyk maps will sort of stir up my nostalgia for Battlefront.
Yeah, I hope there's clone
Right.
troopers. Like,
We're-
There's gonna be clone troopers.
well, yeah,
yeah.
there's clone troopers been shown in a
Yeah, it's like, I don't know what the
But
fuck
I'm
you're
like,
talking.
Did you just
What
catch
the
a
hell's kind of superhero are you? And better question, why didn't you
Anyway.
kill it?
So, yeah.
That's all I have for the news today, guys. Does anybody else have anything they want to say?
One question.
Oh,
Yeah.
we do have a question. Sorry.
Huh.
What is our fucking question before I go blow my brains out?
I siphoned through all the dumb questions. Has anyone besides me played the PS1 game Legend of Dragoon?
I have. I fucking love
Do
that
you
game.
do you think it should be remastered? That's not the question I want to ask. I just want to ask you.
I want it
I fucking
remastered.
think it's awesome. So
It was
yeah.
such a fucking good game. The one thing I hated, but I understand why, was about 7 discs that you had to like pop out and put back in while the game was fucking playing.
Well,
I
Final
think
Fantasy
Fable
had
should
several
be
discs
remastered.
too.
Shut the fuck up.
You ever play the original Fable?
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
it's
see?
okay.
Max gets it.
Okay, and this is Derek Wolfman's serious question because everyone else is like, what male video game character would you bang? Cloud Strife. But
What?
Why are you always so gay?
All right,
Marcus
give
Phoenix.
me the fucking question.
Myself.
Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright.
Was
God
he in
damn it.
Catcom?
He
Okay, that's what I thought.
One of his special attacks was dropping papers, and it kills you.
Yeah, man.
All right, get on with it.
Powerful.
Please, before Max kills himself.
Derek Woltman's asked, has there ever been a video game where you have become emotionally invested into the character and storyline? Personally, I've only experienced this once in The Last of Us.
The Witcher 3.
Halo Reach.
Any of you
Mega
guys
Man Zero
feel
game.
emotionally invested in a game?
That's gonna take a
Wing's
while.
death.
I have one, and y'all are gonna just like call me a mega weeb. For me, it is Final Fantasy VII. Was emotionally invested in that game because before my mom got a divorce, the only thing that got me and my former stepbrother to work together and get along was playing Final Fantasy VII. And we beat that game, and then the next day they're like, "We're getting a divorce," and we're like, "Well, there goes that like 6 months of bonding." It's nice meeting you, John.
Took
Wow.
you 6 months?
Way to have a deep answer to that.
Yeah,
Right.
Jesus.
I was gonna say The Witcher 3 and 2, and then surprisingly Halo 4 got me really invested into the story, especially when Cortana dies. That hit me right in the heartstrings.
Right, that
Cortana
was
died, and I was like, yeah.
Okay,
Fucking
dude, I'm
here.
sorry that
Dude,
I just
I
went
was,
deep.
I was sad as fuck when Cortana died.
And now she's
And then they
alive.
brought her back in Halo 5. Pussies, keep her dead. Make a
Right,
commitment.
if you kill somebody off that's important like
She had
Cortana,
a
keep her
shirt
dead.
though.
I know, that's why it's rated teen, because you can't see her boobs anymore. What's
They
the point?
weren't boobs,
That's the
they were
whole
just
point
lumps.
of Cortana. She's a walking naked.
Jesus fucking Christ.
What am I fighting for in this war anymore?
Anyway,
All right.
What
I-
game emotionally invested you,
There's
Chase?
a few games that I sit down and play just in one setting because usually they're fucking long and I have to take
Republic
breaks.
Commando.
No. What I was invested into, I think, was like BioShock Infinite. Like that story was
yeah.
good, and then like you feel for like Elizabeth and then for Booker DeWitt. Is that his name?
DeWitt, yeah.
DeWitt. And like you like, and at the end you see like as in after the end credits, there's that one scene of like you hear the baby like. Maybe he was good and he didn't sell the baby this time in order to pay for whatever it was. I can't remember. It's been a while since I played, but that got me like, oh, wow. That was one game I was really emotionally invested into.
Alright, I agree with Jay up until the point where the game ended and I was like, man, the story doesn't make any fucking sense. I'm done with this bullshit. Fuck this bitch. Fuck the bird. Fuck all of it.
Well, fuck you too, Eli.
Kingdoms of Amalur.
Yes.
I really invested into that
Fucking
game.
love that.
I don't know
I
how many
agree.
hours I wasted on that.
Well, like, I was
So
invested
many.
in the game, but not the characters.
I'm also gonna go super weeb, and as a small child, I was also invested in beating Kingdom Hearts.
Quick question.
Uh,
Emotionally invested, do we mean like the story as a whole? The gameplay, the characters?
Well, okay, think of The Last of Us. Why people really like it because it's like deep and immersed and
I think it's stupid.
Kid dies in the beginning.
But for
Man.
me,
Roll
like,
credits.
and then Tomb Raider, the rebooted Tomb Raider. We'll bring John wanted us to talk about the rebooted Tomb Raider on the video game
It's
podcast.
shit.
No,
What?
it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's
What?
not.
It's so bad. The rebooted Tomb Raider, it's repetitive as fuck.
It's really great.
Are we talking about the movie or the game?
The game.
Yeah, the game's trash.
Oh,
It's just
dude.
Uncharted with a different skin on
Oh
it.
man, fuck you.
Fuck all y'all.
Christ,
That game's
Ryan.
garbage.
Anyway, I was going to bring that into this, though. Emotional attachment is mostly for PlayStation games. I'm not about that. I just want to kill people. That's what Xbox is all about, killing and greed.
God damn it. Well, I guess
Not
there's
wrong.
another one. The Wolf Among Us. I really liked that one.
That's
It's a Telltale.
That's Telltale.
Yeah, I know. I actually played that one.
Like, it was actually one was a good story. And you felt for, like, the characters.
I mean, I played one chapter.
And I got invested into it, and that's what got me to start reading
I-
Fable's comics. But, like,
Minecraft got me emotionally invested.
The Ender
because you were
Dragon
about-
died. I just didn't know what to do anymore.
Yeah, what am I supposed to do in my life?
Knights of
I
the
almost
Older
Just get out of this
myself.
fucking end game screen. It just kept going.
Oh yeah.
Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2. They got me invested into those. Hashtag
a
best
lot of-
love
But
was
you
my
fucked
first
Vestilla,
love.
I'm assuming.
Mass Effect 3 was the most emotionally game that
Okay.
I've ever had.
Fuck
I
off.
was gonna bring up like some of BioWare's games.
Mass Effect
but not all.
1 and 2 got me emotionally invested. Mass Effect 3 made me say, fuck this. I want to burn all of my copies so I never have to play through the entire trilogy again, and I do it every single year, no matter what, because I'm dumb.
And
And
you
then
do get
Andromeda.
killed by the art.
And I let the Marauder kill me, and that's the end of the game. You almost did it, but that Marauder, oh man, he's got a dead eye, and he gets you right before you can get there.
You fucking got you good.
Snap. Sorry, humanity.
Jeez, you never said yours though. Gil. What game emotionally invested you?
The Mega Man Zero series.
Okay, I get you on that. Like,
Wonderful story. You really feel for the hero, and then
I just don't like to want to read to
And
get the
then-
story.
he dies, and then they come out with ZX, and I have my hopes up, and then it's not the same.
The fuck do you want?
So I'm raising my hand. None of you can see this since this is audio. Anyway, I have one more. Red Dead Redemption.
Oh
Yeah.
That was a really good one. And it was a story about the guy who was trying to do better and turn away from crime, and he had to do this one more huge task.
Eli just doesn't like games that make you
I don't-
think.
And then in the end,
No, it's like Red Dead Redemption. I was like, he's gonna die.
That's the guy that was like, I don't want to read to get stories.
I was like, I know how the feds work. They're
I
gonna
want
kill
it
his ass.
spoon-fed to me through cutscenes.
You're fucking right. 90s platformers are shit because they're like, it has a deep story. I was 10 and I was like, I don't want to fucking read this to understand this.
I got another one. Granted, I was only 7 at the time, so, I mean, it was a good story at the time.
GTA or something.
Jack and Daxter. 1, 2, and 3. Those got me invested. I loved those games back in the day.
Sly Cooper's ending really got me. I like Sly Cooper better than Jack and Daxter. I'm sorry,
Fuck
bro.
off.
I also like Sly Cooper.
Sly
but
Cooper's
Jack and
for
Dax-
pussies.
No, like Jack and Daxter to me.
I bet you
was-
guys
Hey,
like Disney,
hey.
too.
Be
My-
kind
my
to the
th-
furries as well.
My thing
Aw.
with Jack and Daxter's, it was like, or I go and I play Ratchet and Clank, and it's just better.
Oh, I loved Ratchet and Clank.
See, I was gonna say Ratchet and Clank was a way better Jack
I
and
prefer
Daxter.
Jack and Daxter over Ratchet and Clank. I thought Ratchet and Clank was kind of slow at some points and had less good platforming.
Alright, so is that everybody's stuff? Are we good? Alright,
Laser shoot Larry.
everybody say your
Get the fuck outta
outros.
God.
It's Kien.
Max,
Gil.
I'm Eli.
I'm Rye Guy, I guess.
Brian was
Mine was-
here,
mine was
and...
Guest starring Gil and Guests Kien.
Alright,
hell out.
and we're good.